Yemuva bazohlala baphezulu. So I understand the crisis layer registration. Kunabantu abayilungisayo.
Yes.
It's fine. Okwamanje, minister cannot address empty chairs. That's what I'm trying to address. Boys, you can join us. No, they must come and join us.
Yeah, so
Please give me the cue to go and collect
Okay, please, ma'am.
Should I go now?
Yes, please.
They're finished.
Parliament knows.
Uphi unobhala wase KZN. Unobhala wase KZN uphi?
Nangu
Khabazela. Khabazela. Ngicela u-appointe abantu abayi-4 abazoba yi-secretariat of this event. Nizo-consolidate report. Uphi unobhala wase KZN? All right, thanks so much. Over to you, sir. Uzayibiza u-chairperson. Nizo-consolidate report.
Sorry.
If there is someone who has lost his phone, there is a phone lost and found. When you come fetch your phone, I'll hand it over to Professor Kiasi.
Matota. Sona slogan sethu leso madoda esosebenza ngaso la. Nkulunkulu mkhulu. I'm very sorry on this one. I'll look a little bit different because my prayer is so good in Zulu because that's my mother tongue. I'm not tribalist. Don't take me wrong. We bow down. I don't want you guys to close your eyes because when God gives you something, you won't see it. So you just bow down. Emagameni amathathu likayisele indodana lomoya engcwele. Nkulunkulu siyalibonga lolu suku osiphelana namhlanje. Singabakho wena othatha inqumo ngempilo yethu. Othandile ukuthi beze la kule gathering ubadedele bafika la ngomoya omuhle ngaphandle kwezingozi. Ngicela wehlisa ulaka kubantwana bethu. Bese wehlisa inzondo kubazali babo. Siyazi Thixo sikonile kodwa sicela usithethelele. Ngamagama amathathu likayisele indodana lomoya engcwele. Amen.
Siyabonga. Baba wethu, I hope there are also interpreters if we are switching languages for those who are unable to understand other languages. I don't know if the secretary, they've arranged that as well. So that has been arranged. If anyone you feel comfortable in speaking your mother's tongue, you are allowed to do that. No one should feel as if you're not welcome into the less welcome the minister and her entourage. Ukholo lwami dunyuka nalo, ukholo lwami dunyuka nalo, Jehova bekisandla ngiyongena nalo. The reason why I'm singing the song, the reason why I sing this call, Comrade Zolan, is because we came here believing that we are going to make a difference as men. I came here believing that we are going to make a difference as boys. There are a number of issues which boys raised yesterday. So we believe that this is not just a talking exercise. We should post this parliamentary sitting. We must have a plan of action. That's why I'm singing the song. Ukholo lwami donyuka nalo. When it goes on, it says, no kunzima, Professor, is not easy, still difficult. It's still difficult because South Africa is enveloped by the wave of crime that snaps the moral fiber. And if this is left unchecked, it's going to swallow both young, old, innocent, or guilty. We have a responsibility to mitigate the impact of gender-based violence and femicide. We have powers to mitigate the unnecessarily spread and infection of HIV. We have powers as men to deal away with transactional sex. We have powers as men to deal away with blessers. We have those responsibilities as this collective. We launched a campaign, Better Men for Tomorrow. We then said with the campaign, Better Men for Tomorrow, be a better man that you want to see tomorrow. How do you become a better man? One is by not seeing a woman in a child. Two is for you to defend women and children on the ground. Three, you should be a protector of society where you reside. That's for you to be a better man for tomorrow. Better Men for Tomorrow campaign, there's a family tree. How do you as a father protect your family? How do you as a father give guidance to your children, girl child to boy child? What process should you be doing to mentor a boy child? It's a responsibility that does not only happen once, but it's an ongoing responsibility. The campaign was launched in 2024 by the Deputy President. So up to date, the campaign is now 1 year, 2 months. It's now 1 year, 2 months. It's a campaign which should be led by men, not only civil society, but men in government, men civil society, men in partnership. We integrate the Better Men for Tomorrow into our KPAs, KPPs as government officials. Members of the legislature, members of parliament, they also integrate the Better Men for Tomorrow within their own scope of work. And then we are going to reach the ultimate targets, the goals of the Better Men for Tomorrow. You can't see yourself as a Better Man for Tomorrow if you are still abusing women and children. You can't see yourself as a Better Man for Tomorrow if you feel you must still infect others with HIV. You can't be a Better Man for Tomorrow if you see a woman in a child. Better Men for Tomorrow is a broad campaign. That's why we said it can't be a campaign for 12 months, but it's an ongoing campaign up until we reach our goals of the Better Men for Tomorrow. On a lighter note, Minister, when we were registering people to come to Parliament, there is one person who has registered Better Men for Tomorrow organization. We just laughed. When we were running hashtag no excuse, there were others as well who established organizations on hashtag no excuse. When we launched Not in My Name, there were organizations established on Not in My Name. So whatever that the men's sector is doing, it turns out to be seen, and as other organizations must establish now, other companies must establish organizations. So that was my opening remark. Where you are sitting, ask yourself, why am I here as a man? Why am I here as a young person. I'm not talking now as a pastor, I'm talking as a man. What is my role as a man in society? Those are the kinds of questions we should be asking ourselves as men. Also putting into our mind the parliaments that we are coming to. It can be an outing for some of us. When society is in crisis, it can be an outing for you to go and meet your girlfriend into a different province. It can be, because society is in crisis. All of us, as you are sitting here, we are seen as perpetrators, whether you are an abuser or not. Others are saying, #men are trash. If they say men are trash, some of us, we want to make noise, whereas there are those men who are allowing others to call us trash. But what do you do when you know you are not a trash? What do you do to correct that? So those are the type of questions that must be ensued if later on we'll be having some debates, some discussions. I want to drive discussions today, honorable members. I want to drive discussions because of my belief is post this gathering, we must have a document. We must have a document. And that document, Mkondo, will not come from me, but that document will come from the delegates. So the ball is in your hands. Honorable Member Barnes, there was a young man who went to an old man. This young man, Sikhal, said to this old man, "Old man, I'm holding a butterfly in my hand." This young man is asking the old man, "Is this butterfly dead or is this butterfly alive?" When the wise man responded, the wise man said, "The future of that butterfly is in your hand." The young man asked, "Why are you saying that?" The old man responded, "If I will say to you the butterfly is alive, you are going to squeeze and kill the butterfly. But if I say the butterfly is dead, you are going to open your eyes, your hand, and the butterfly will fly away." So the future of these proceedings of this parliament is in our hands. The first item, honorable members, after the opening remarks, is the national anthem. If it's ready, the playing of the national anthem.
Africa,
allow a recap of day one. There is no name of the honorable member who will provide the recap of yesterday. Let's allow the honorable member to take the podium and provide us with the recap of day one. Over to you, honorable member. Who was assigned with that responsibility to make a recap of day one? If not, let's proceed. I'm going to hand over to the core presiding officer, Honorable Member Dr. Shozi.
Thank you very much, Speaker, our national chairperson. Siyabonga kakhulu. Ngizocela ukwenza kanjena ke. Okuzolandela la ukuthi ifundazwe nezifundazwe zizosinikeza ama reports izethulo zokuthi ama provincial main sectors enzane endaweni zabo. Ngenze njena ke ukuze sikwazi ukwenza kahle lokho. Sizohamba ngama alphabet. Kuzoba in alphabetical order. Futhi mangabe wena iprovince yakho uABCD zigcine ku Z izaqala wena uzopresenta kuqala. iEastern Cape izoba number 1 ngoba uE, iFree State izoba number 2 ngoba uF, Gauteng izoba number 3 ngoba uG, iKZN izoba number 4 ngoba uK, number 5 izoba Limpopo, number 6 izoba iMpumalanga, number 7 izoba Northern Cape, number 8 izobe Northwest, number 9 izobe Western Cape. So masibhala ibibliography ke masibhala lapha amaphepha. Nawe sibhala kanje ngokuthi kulandelana ukuze kungenzeleki. So ke sizoke sithi mhlawumbe asibanike nje umzuzwana Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape kungabe seni ready ngoba bekwaziwa vele ukuthi namhlanje sizothula imibiko yethu. Eastern Cape uzocela uyithule usho ukuthi ngubani, usho futhi ukuthi isikhundla sakho njengoba uyithula sithini bese ke uyinikeza report lapho ukhona umbhobho uzovela nje ucindezele nje ukhulume ungasuka mhlambe bakubone ukuze sikwazi ukubona then ubuhlale phansi muse uyithula kodwa kukuwena ukuze ukwazi ukuthi uyithule ngendlela. So ke ngishilo angiphinde, I've said I'm going to request provinces to report back. The format that we have used, provinces are going to report back in an alphabetical order. We'll start with the province, so we don't have an A province of an Eastern Cape. We have Free State, we have Gauteng, we have KZN, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Northern Cape, Northwest, Western Cape. I will continue. After this, Free State is going to follow. So we have 3 minutes just to summarize and give us a highlight of the key activities, key issues that we want to share with the National Parliament. We must emphasize this is National Parliament. It's not a provincial parliament. That's why the chairperson is the main presiding officer. I'm just assisting the national chairperson as the provincial chairperson. So whatever we're going to see here, National Parliament, we must thank the Speaker and the Secretary for agreeing to host us. Thank the Minister of Social Development for making sure that there are resources to assist us to host Parliament. And we must also underline the fact that labantu abathi asihlalen labantu besifazane ngoba nabo baxakekile bayabatshela besifazane ukuthi abaxaka amadoda. Ngakho ke amadoda ke fanele aqhamane nje cha sikwazi ukubuyela kubona cha siyayilungisa lezi zinto abantu besifazana abakhala ngazo nani kodwa futhi ke kuyithiwa ukuthi makukhona nokunixakayo okuncane laba besifazane abanixaka ngako nakunika ukuthi ukuveza kancane khona abezohamba bese bebuyele emumva bayo report ukuthi nako xaka kodwa siyazi ukuthi yithini esiyinkinga kakhulu siyabonga oza Eastern Cape.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, Chair. Oh,
Sorry, Eastern Cape is on timer. 3 minutes is going to be 3 minutes.
No problem. I'll have a look at it. Okay, thanks. Fixing it up.
Okay.
Hey, shit.
So all those who are reporting us were coming here, so we are born to Funa Ezra. It's fine.
thank you, Chair. Let me just stand on a protocol that it was laid before me because I'm not very good in addressing or into putting a sequence. There's minister and inside the room there's chair, but I'll stand on your protocol. But with amendments because I'm from Eastern Cape, home of legends. Therefore, I need to greet them because I'm here being sent by them. Molweni Pondwi. Chair, kule 2 minutes and a half seyishiyekile. Let me start by March. Ukuthi, as the province of Eastern Cape, we've managed to have a provincial men's parliament inside the legislature, which was coordinated by various stakeholders, as men's movement, DSD, Office of the Premier, ICAC as our secretariat. That's why this parliament stands as a key highlight is that's where our premier was appointed as a patriot of us in the sector and the province. Going forward, Chair, we also have taken part in initiation forum as a sector in the province. I'm going to take only the few highlights. The gist of the report is sent to SG. Amongst the things that we've managed to be part of them as a men's sector, there is to have we've managed to have pre-counseling to boys before they go to initiation school. You would remember, Uguti, as a province, we are still battling and struggling in terms of the initiation school. Now, one of our key organizations in the host district by Songa Social Change is doing that for us. However, we do have Umzwa Madura and PE is also managing that. Again, as a sector, we are forming part of the province panel that is looking at that by making sure, Uguti, every time kukhona as a refresher courses zengcibina makangata, we were there last year full force, making sure that the adherence is key. We were there with one mandate to say, adherence ayizuyeka because umntana esebhumeni all over. Issues zamanzi, we've managed to do that as well. Furthermore, we've partnered prior with one of other structure called by Esisugaba Women's Forum, a men's movement, that we've managed to say in various sectors, government departments, we've managed to establish a men's forum inside the departments. Because remember, us as men's sector was civil society, but we then need to have the same language with our brothers inside the governance in terms of betterment for tomorrow, in terms of sticking to issues of your gender-based violence, your men's health, because it affects everyone, whether we are a civil society or a government institution. So, Department of Transport, Education, Umaspala Wasama, Tole District Municipality, and Department of Health, we've also last year managed to establish such so that we're working together. with them. In terms of health issues, Paye Pondwe, get 25, go September, bekulonchwa the 1.1 million gap. Sasiphumile pa full force working together with Department of Health. Siyazinga ke kulento ithi abaphathi baphaya no MEC, they do acknowledge us because awube sifikile. Siye simanage immobilization. Sithi kumoto ezilapha sizawuphuma singenapha ekuhlaleni if there were no resources for us to mobilize before. To bring more men, sizozivela uba yintoni lento. MEC acknowledged that ukuthi ifuthe lethu uyaliva. Going forward to November, the 18th of November, Pai Janssenville, Amadoda 110. Sasi brutal gang on November because it's a men's month. We also managed to have a partnership with them. We were led by one of our powerful organizations by the name of Doxa there. Going forward, on the 19th of November, we planned to have a provincial men's parliament for twice, but unfortunately, asakwazi due to technical unforeseen at the time. Kodwa, we have managed to gather more than 170 men in Port Elizabeth, strive Indo 80, a dialogue. We wanted to hear from men, Uguti. After all the strides that are there to make easy to take a medication, what are their challenges? Amongst the things that we'll find out is that stigma, it's still playing a key role from us as men, sibonakale singawenzi as far as the last 95. Amongst the things from stigma is the question of treatment, attitudes. Fortunately, on that event, we were sponsored by DSD, ECAC, Department of Health was there, local municipality or metro municipality was there, trying to unpack and resolve such certain few facilities in terms of clinic were named. That is the leadership of Department of Health. We're going to look at that further, Uguti. How best can we generate further these men's corners to accommodate men? We have done that successfully. Chair, again on the 20th, we have done exactly what was happening here, but Tinasagwat is Lang. We have started with Amadodanga 19. On the 20th, same area, Port Elizabeth, we have managed to gather 150 boys. Amongst the things as the boys was the impact of fatherhood, whereby boys raised many issues that were so surprised to go to. For them, esikolweni, one is outrochwa ngutata, one utata ngamazi, nobunjanina, one funeka tata kumalume. It really plays a very, very critical role to them. All right, thank you. There's 1 minute. Let me then quickly jump. We had a successful World AIDS Day on that day, on the 1st of December. Why Besienze P. Ilando? It was also preparing for World AIDS Day. 5 and 6 by our time with Samfo. We had 120 boys closing your 16 days of activism, where we were discussing about positive masculinity. Nazoi boys had their inputs on that. Lastly, if we talk of challenges then, Ukubana MEC we can have more resources as sector. We can cover a lot of ground. We can make a beautiful impact.
Time is up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We are going to, our parliamentary executives are assisting us with we are going to have your phone minute, you'll see it just dropping up there. So can we ask Free State to come to the fore? Honorable MEC Shinga, it's also a good opportunity for you to learn what other provinces are doing so that you assist us as our MEC in this province, just to do and enhance what we do as men. Siyabonga MEC saying that you are also here and you are listening to the men. You will be able to incorporate what the men are saying. Thank you. Free State.
presiding officers. Let me also stand on the protocol that has already been observed. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see that I'm very short, I'll definitely be very short with my report. I'm Lejonie Mokoena, the Secretary of the Free State sector. I'll start with the successes that we've had as a province. We have successfully implemented the programs for men and boys focusing on boys' health and their social development. And among other things, among other achievements, we've held health talks with boys. We've held commemoration of World TB, 16 days of activism, International Day of a Boy Child, among other programs that we hosted. In the current financial year of 2025-2026, we conducted multi-sectoral campaigns that included HIV dialogues targeting men and boys, mental health awarenesses, parenting-focused mental health training for boys, boys' assemblies, GBF awareness campaigns and activities that were focusing more on involving activities that is sports, among other things. We also held and commemorated rather Mandela Day through support to a local orphanage and vulnerable children alongside multi-sectoral dialogue and platforms. Now, in all this, in all this that I've just mentioned, we fostered quite a number of partnerships with different stakeholders, because we believe that as a Free State that it is not really easy for the sector on its own to be able to do all the activities or to be able to reach everyone in the province. Therefore, working together with other stakeholders, we found that as one of the key points. We could safely and proud to say that we have created a very strong partnership with traditional House of Leaders in the Free State, different NPOs and other government departments, particularly with DSD. I'm singling out DSD because they've been there for us through thick and thin. We've had quite a number of things, but they were there. So coming to the challenges that we face as a province, Free State sector, I'm sure the National will then recall that the fourth Parliament, we couldn't make it to the Parliament due to some things that were happening in the province. So one of the biggest challenges that we have as a Free State is that we do not have the political will in a province. And as a result, we find that most of our activities are being hijacked, and then ultimately the sector has been sidelined. We have tried to mitigate, look for ways to cap all the challenges, but still we failed. And there's a lack of support and resources in the Free State. As a result, we couldn't even host provincial men's sector. But for the districts, it was a different story. We did manage to host those men and boys assemblies in the district levels. But for province, it became a challenge. As the province is a bit vast, so resources, if they are not there, then it's a challenge. Lastly, I want to say, for the recommendations, I want to say we recommend that the sector in the province, particularly from the National and the National, we actually ask an assistance so that as a Free State, we are able to be recognized in the province, because this is the challenge. As I stand here in front of you today.
Time is up.
Thank you very much.
Sure. I must also say that these reports have been sent to our National Secretary General, so they are going to form part of the report, even if there are issues that we did not get to hear about them, but they form part of the report. But let me just request people who are going to present that, tell us your activities, what are your activities, and also the highlight of what are the key issues that are emerging of those discussions, so that it does not only become a list of what you did, but what are the issues, so that the ministers, the MECs, our deputy ministers will be able to take those issues with them. So please split it into two, the activities and also what are the key issues. If you can even go the extent of how we're resolving those issues, but within that 4 minutes, you must really try to do that. Thank you very much. We are going to call where we mine gold. Yabon. Ngokuya khona obaba bethu. Bonke labantu abalapha kuhlangane zonke izizwe la. Akekho umuntu ongathi kubo lapha. So Deputy Minister Hendricks, now it's important that you are able to inform the president of what is happening, the presidency, you know, so that you are able to take these issues at higher level. We are happy that there is even the office of the president here, represented by the deputy minister. Gauteng, the time starts now.
Thank you very much, presiding officers. Let me also stand on the protocol that has been laid in this house. My name is Pule Koko. I'm from Gauteng, the province that encompasses all provinces and still own Gautrain. Gauteng is the only province at the moment that is receiving funding from the Office of the Premier for programs of men. And in that, we are having programs that we do with men on the ground. We've got men's dialogues that happens each and every single day. It is led by 11 organizations that are affiliated to the men's sector. Then we've got adolescent boys and young men clubs, whereby it's a structural program that we look at, into which we try to rehabilitate a man, because some of the men that are there, you find that the problem is not that he's not a man enough. He was not shown what a man should be like or what a man is. Number two, we look at the background. Challenges that we have is that we look at a man that is incarcerated and we just look at him as a criminal. We no longer look at where does he come from, what led him to where he is today. So those are programs that we use in order for us to help men become men again in the communities. So this year, we also had an opportunity to host father and son tournament, whereby we wanted them to come together. So that as a father, because most of the time in Gauteng, there's a term that is called hustling. Hustling means a man will always make sure that he goes out of the way to find some resources to the family. And time with children is very much limited. Some of you know that men in Gauteng are fathers to people in KZN, but cannot be in KZN, they are always in Gauteng. So in that space, we wanted them also to observe the behavior of their sons when they are losing in a tournament, and also show their children how to behave when losing, because most of the time when people lose, they tend to lose it with their own self. So it was a successful event. Moreover, the leadership of the province decided to do road shows to the districts in order for us to assess the progress and the work that we've done since we've been elected into office. And there is a lot that districts are doing. Yet, this brings me also to the challenges that we have. One, previously, as the men's sector, we used to have trainings. And those trainings, unfortunately, due to resources, they are not more there. And it has created a very big gap within structures of the men's sector, because if you realize from the previous elections, you realize that some of the organizations that aligned themselves to the sector are not actually in line or understanding the mandate of the sector per se, but because they have registered to be elected. Once they are elected into power, some of the men that are there still struggle to comprehend what the men's sector does from all other structures that are there in the society. So a capacity building exercise is needed for these men. Honorable members, the comprehensive report is being sent to the GS. In conclusion, I'm saying we request that principals who are here also put responsibility upon principals in provinces, because our premiers, our mayors, and our speakers are not part of the men's sector. And I believe it's only because of our gender. If it were the different gender, this mandate will have been taken seriously, and we request such to be taken again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One of the items that we're going to have the Kingdom of the Ndebeles to speak. But just before we do that, we are going to allow the host province just for 4 minutes so that our king will be preparing. So after the kingdom, the KZN kingdom presentation, we're going to allow the king of the Ndebeles to speak. But that is not my job. I'm a provincial chair, so the king is going to be introduced by the national chairperson. Even KZN is going to get 10 minutes. It doesn't matter whether 4 minutes. It doesn't matter that they are hosting us. So it's 4 minutes. So Kabazela, over to you, 4 minutes.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I'm also standing on the protocol that has been observed with due respect. My name is Mondli Mkhize, KZN Main Sector Secretary. Allow me just to highlight the report on activities for KZN province that happened in various districts within KZN in collaboration with various stakeholders. On the 28th of Feb, I'm going to just be quick. 2025, we participated in a soap that was delivered by the Premier of the KZN with an intention for us to participate effectively as stakeholders within the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Of course, there were also traditional leaders and religious sector that was part of that. On 4th of March, we were part of the program that was initiated by the Commission of Gender Equality, Amakosi, the Office of the Premier, Durban Metro Mayor, community leaders, NGOs, Men's Forum, and other civil society organizations were part of that program. Its intention was to engage men in addressing gender-based violence, promoting the collaborative solution across the communities in KZN to fight the scourge of gender-based violence. 11th of March 2025, we had Isibaya Samadoda focusing on leadership at gender-based violence, men's health issues. 150 delegates attended that initiative that is led by our Prince, Unhlanganiso KwaZulu-Natal Zulu, district men's sector, local leadership and traditional leaders were part of that program, which was held at Nsuze at Indwete local municipality under Ilembe. Another program that was held on the 11th of March was a program that was intended to empower boys to champion positive change. The program that is normally called Boys Championing Change, spearheaded by Department of Social Development, that was held on the 11th of March. 100 boys participated. The workshop was conductive and interactive discussions on leadership and gender roles were highlighted in that particular workshop. Another program in the month of April was to raise awareness on gender-based violence, promote community involvement, and again under Inkosi Ndaba, under Inkosi Langalibalele local municipality led by our His Royal Highness Prince Hlanganiso KwaZulu was part of that program. Also, there was KZN Provincial Men's Forum Revitalization Program, focusing on revitalization and formation of men's forum structures within KZN province to ensure cohesion and representation and collaboration action among stakeholders. OTP, local LMs, and government departments were part of that forum in the month of April. The war room training took place on the 2nd of July 2025, spearheaded by Department of Health, OSS/DDM members, civil society NGOs, and traditional leaders to close the gap. Start and stay on HIV treatment was held in the month of July. The other program on the 18th of July that was led by Umkhanyakude District, Men's Sector in partnership with DSD, was to raise awareness on gender-based violence and engagement in the fight against gender-based violence. Another program on the 4th of August was a similar program to raise awareness on gender-based violence under Uchugela District. Another program was intended for manhood development that was held in August. Between 100 and 150 men were part of that program. The program was a dialogue on men's health, gender-based violence, and raising boy-child that was spearheaded by Umkhanyakude District again. Isibaya Samadoda, 2nd of October 2025, under Inkosi Uzwane Matiwane Community Hall, Uchugela District, under Alfred Duma LM. It was also spearheaded by the one and only Untlanganiso KwaZulu. Thank you very much, leadership. We will forward this report to our General Secretary. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Basically, you know, when you go on the
Honorable member from the KZN, we are going to allow the kingdom, the Ndebele Kingdom, to present. It's an online presentation. The person who is going to speak is Honorable Mr. John Apani. If the video is ready, the online is ready, can we hand over to the kingdom, the Ndebele Kingdom? Hayo matata, hayo matata, hayo matata, hayo boti, hayo matata, hayo matata, hayo matata, ayo moti, moti mo alite, ayo matata, matata. South Africa is an interesting country. And there's no need to rush a song when you are singing. You need to take your time. So let me hand over to the core presiding officer. There's a technical glitch. As soon as it is rectified, we are going to allow the Ndebele Kingdom to present. Over to you.
Thank you very much. We are going to call the province that has given us the current president, which is Limpopo. So we are going to ask Mpumalanga as well just to sit here so that we are going to save time. Can the province that has a number plate with an L come and present? 4 minutes. Starts now.
Well, I'm so happy because there's an addition of a minute, and I appreciate that. Greetings to the chairperson, honorable members, all protocol observed. The report present the current of Limpopo men's sector and the progress in advancing men's sector programs across the province. At the district level, men's parliament was successfully implemented in Sekhukhune and Mopani and Capricorn, where we had 100 participants. This platform demonstrated a growing commitment to men engaging on issues of GBVF, and we speak about responsible fathers, social accountability. While funding is limited, remain constraints and demand impact of these programs are evident, underscoring the need of increased and sustainable investment. We are not forgetting HIV dialogues that we are hosting. At the provincial level, men's parliament has been conducted and hosted in Mopani district, where we had almost 300 members that were participating to reinforcing the role of men and active partners in building safe, health, and cohesive community. Logistically and financially, we are still being challenged and limited to participate from the remote areas, highlighting the need for and strengthened provincial coordination and target in terms of transportation. At the province, we still continually supporting all the district men's sectors. Why are we saying this is because now there was an increase of activities. We hosted a men's conference that had a number of 150, focusing in masculinity and economic participation. The absence of structure follow-up remains a challenge, and the development of measurable post-conference action plans is strongly recommended. In Waterberg district, a men dialogue that engaged 80 men, providing a critical platform for host and solution-driven discussion and challenges affecting men and boys. Attendance was impacted by incomplete and community commitments, indicating the need of intensifying mobilization and closer collaboration with the traditional and community leadership. Across all the district, men's dialogue conducted by the Department of Education, where the target was 500 men, where we conducted HTS, which is HIV counseling and testing, and men were being engaged in terms of wellness and ethical conduct and positive masculinity. To maximize the impact, engagement should be formally integrated in the department wellness. In conclusion, due to all the challenges that we had, we did not launch Boys Parliament through the Department of Social Development, who are wishing that they will be assisting us. We are supposed to have integrated HIV
Time
and
is up. Time is up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Member J. Apani from the Ndebele Kingdom, over to you. There's no video.
Am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Apani, kindly switch on your video.
Oh, yes, the video is on. Can you see me that time? My video is on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Meeting Tati Kuka in Mbile, on behalf of His Majesty, King Makosake, the President of the Nation and the Chairperson of the Forum of South Africa, Uti Simbe Noke, and I'm standing on the protocol of in terms of discussing disorder. He kanda ukunikeza the presentation obasibawile ukunikeza presentation njengobukhosi.
Honorable Apani, we have seen you. You can now switch off your video and proceed.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. As traditional leadership, we have taken a resolution that we must stand up and work with other different stakeholders in terms of addressing the social ills of the country. One of the problems that we are facing is customary initiation call. Everyone has seen that we had many casualties in terms of customary initiation. So the Minister of Culture has called upon His Majesty, the King in East London, ICC, to come and present on how did he manage to have a safe customary initiation call. After that session, he has called His Majesty in Bloemfontein to launch the program called Mabaye Baphile, Babuye Baphila. The program has been launched because the minister said that women are carrying boys or child for the period of 9 months. And we as men in the initiation schools, we take only 1 week to kill those boys. So it is a clarion call to the minister that we must change and we must do the right thing as men. We then took a resolution that we must work with different stakeholders in terms of safe customary male initiation. We want to intensify the pre-screening because we have identified that these young boys, when they go to the initiation school, some of them, they are using drugs and alcohol. So when they go to the initiation school, who can perform the rituals in the initiation. One, will intensify the pre-screening. Number 2, we are looking forward in terms of training the traditional nurses that will be able to assist in terms of the traditional nurses. Number 2, we have realized that most of the men, they don't go to health centers. His Majesty himself, after getting an advice from the Minister Aaron Motsoaledi that he must use public hospital, he's been using public hospital for a very long time. And then he came up with a suggestion that what about we develop the men's health? He dedicated a clinic in our King's cluster, and we got other 3 traditional councils that have dedicated the space for the men's health. In this men's health, we are looking forward for helping men in terms of HIV testing. We want to assist them in terms of chronic illnesses. We want to assist them in terms of the mental support, because men are not going to these health centers because they feel not being comfortable when they are there in the. Going back to the safe customary male initiation, as the kingdom, we have already had a pledge whereby this young boy, when they come back from the mountain, they sign a pledge to say that they will not do the gender-based violence. So we are calling upon to all stakeholders that they assist in terms of the signing of a pledge, because it has assisted us a lot in office. Number two, we are looking forward to have a pledge for this boy to sign a pledge that they will not use alcohol and drugs. Those are the programs that we are looking forward as a kingdom to implement, working with SANAC, Betterment for Tomorrow, Department of Health, Department of Education, Social Development, Department of the Premier in Mpumalanga Province. Because one other issue that we have realized is that the casualties during the initiation schools are caused by one, alcohol abuse, number two, physical abuse, number three, the dehydration. The other thing is the malnutrition. And you find that there are boys who have single parents. Those single parents, you find that they are women. They don't have support. And also you find that there are orphans whom they come to the initiation schools, but they don't have support from homes. So we are calling upon also to social development to come on board, work with traditional leadership in terms of promoting safe customary male initiation. Mhlali ngaphambili, uMinister is so worried. We got an invitation now that on the 16th of February this year in Gauteng, there will be a meeting whereby the minister call upon all participating stakeholders in terms of safe, customary initiation schools to ask these people what went wrong and what must we do, because there is a proposal, that this male initiation school must be closed or must be suspended. And it's going to be a problem in terms of the culture and the custom and also the belief. So, Chairperson, I don't want to take a long time. I thank you.
Thank you very much to the kingdom of the Ndebele. So I'm going to give Mpumalanga 1 minute because Ndebeles come from Mpumalanga, so they can't get. So you can just have a seat. You can't get 15, 20 minutes. So that is going to. Otherwise, we're going to ask our Honorable Prince Nhlangani, so KwaZulu-Natal is just to present as well. Let's ask our national chairperson just to introduce. We did this deliberately, that we did not introduce them because we didn't want to do it at the beginning and then keep on introducing, acknowledging our guests. Not that it was an omission on our part, Minister, but wanted to do it all encompassing. Wanted to do an executive summary of everything. So, Chairperson. Thank you very much. I'm going to request the top 7 of the men's sector to stand up. Top 7 of the men's sector to stand up. This is the top 7 of the men's sector. Now it's top 6. Unless all of us want to preside over this process, I'll hand it over to you guys to do that. So this is the top 7, the leadership of the men's sector. I'm sitting because I'm presiding. I'm part of the top 7. Emileyo. So this is the national chairperson, is the treasurer general, is the deputy national chairperson, is a deputy secretary general, deputy national convener, secretary general, the national convener. Can all the provincial chairpersons stand up?
of the men's sector. I want the Honorable Minister and the Deputy Minister, including the MEC of Social Development, to see we have leadership which came from all provinces. So these are all the chairpersons from the 9 provinces who also came. We are only allowing the chairpersons to stand up because they came with their entire committees who are also part of these proceedings. Thank you very much. You can see it. The Men's Forum of South Africa, Tsulani Pakame. Bishop Mchunu. Excellent. This is the second deputy president of the Men's Forum. So she paid leadership. I also want to acknowledge the deputy chairperson of the National House of Traditional Leaders, because we are having a conversation that the Honorable Deputy Chair should also be occupying the space here at the back, but there was a bit of confusion. So let me introduce the Honorable Deputy Chairperson of the National House of Traditional Leaders and Khoisan, Honorable Mr. Mavus. Nkosi yethu uMavus. Can we allow protocol, Professor, to take care of that? Because, okay. Let's also acknowledge our Ispire Samadod. Bishop Mchunu is outside. He will also join us now. I'm also acknowledging the National Minister responsible for Department of Social Development, Honorable Nokuzola Tolash. Professor, I'm on the way to Anemona. They never clapped the hands for you guys when you stood up. But no more. Ninemona. On a lighter note, honorable members, the deputy minister is our comrade, is our friend, is our mentor, always with us. The deputy minister responsible for social development, Honorable Hendricks. Deputy Speaker of the KZN Legislature, Honorable Tembe. Chief Whip, Deputy Chief Whip, Kohli. You see, before I call out their names, I know them already. I just turn around. The MEC responsible for social development in the province, MEC Shinga. Ispire Samadoda, Inkosi. Inhlakaniso Zulu, Inkosi, the patron of the men's sector. We have also our leadership from Show Me Your Number, Honorable Member Mabaladu Fundisi. We have our leadership as well from CDC. I know Menandi, Tate Devete, and then Honorable Member, what's the last name? Can the leadership of CDC partnership, can you just rise? PEPFAR, Thank you very much. Umama Pakamani, Umama Bonke Pakamani, Umama Bonke, also in the gallery, Umama Bonke Pakamani, Umama Bonke. Umama Beko. Hey, umama Pakamani. Igama lamakhosi kaSima. Igama lamakhosi kaSima. Libongwema, malibongwema, 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 libongwema. Igama lamakhosi kaSima. Igama lamakhosi kaSima. Libongwema, malibongwema. Thank you very much. Siyabonga hlalo ukuthi ukuqhakambisa ukuthi abantu besifazane babalekile. Niyabona lamakhanda agcwele wonke wesesiswini sika mama. Yes. Wonke lamakhanda ngaphakamisa ukuchayena kazabe sesiswini sika mama. Umama ke wenga decide ukuthi uyaphila noma ngeke uphile. So siyabonga iqhaza edlala abasizale kuphela babe basondle basenze konke njoba sila sidumisa ubukhulu babo futhi sisambise amalungelo okulingana kobulili phambili. Siyabonga sihlalo wethu. Ngiyamqala umfundisi otransformed kangaka. Ngiyabonga sihlalo. Sizoqhubekela phambili angisho abanye abekho transformed njalo kodwa kuya ngokulandelana. Sizohamba ke lisele kuphuma khona ilanga. Ngiyakade ngano ngiyabathi lishona ngakho kodwa ngeza ukuthi isempumalanga. Sizolanda impumalanga na ino 4 minutes. Ngicabanga ukuthi umfowethu uzoshayela ukuthi u4 minutes sizama ukuthi si move impumalanga.
Thank you so much, Chairperson, Co-Chair, honorable members. Allow me to observe the protocol that has been established before me. My name is Peter Matebula from Mpumalanga. I'm the Provincial Deputy Chairperson, standing here on behalf of the Chairperson, Mr. Adam Dobe. So I'll be presenting the report for Mpumalanga. Now, to give a provincial position of Mpumalanga. So Mpumalanga main sector operates in a cohesive, disciplined, and value-driven provincial movement, echoed in unity, accountability, and moral leadership. Now, in the province, as we are led by Mr. Adam Dobe, we do have a formal structure that has been established in the province. And secondly, in the province of Mpumalanga, we do have a provincial secretariat organization or hosting organization, which is called Societal Health and Moral Association. In short, it's SHAMA. Now, looking into Mpumalanga, Mpumalanga has got 3 districts that operates under, and it's got 17 local municipalities. Now, allow me to confidently say that all the 17 local municipalities in Mpumalanga have local structures launched formally. Now, also in the district, yes, like I've mentioned, we do have leadership, which in Kangala, we are led by Ubab Tobela as the district chairperson, Khartsibande, Mr. Mkonza, and also Ehlanzeni, Mr. Morwan. Now, when it comes to successes of Mpumalanga, Mpumalanga managed to have a good relationship with Department of Health, where the 1.1 Close the Gap campaign was launched by the MEC, MEC Mam Sasekane. We also contributed support to them. Now, secondly, we managed to also have a successful and structured engagement with social development in the province, where it was formalized that we will have quarterly coordinated meetings where we report and engage with one another to ensure accountability and partnership. And then we also have a good, what you call successful engagement with the Office of the Premier, where we were warmly welcomed, and also during that process, Our premier was also being given the the mandate of being a patron, and in that partnership as well, during our parliament, which has also took its place November last year, we managed to have our honorable MEC as who gave a keynote address within our parliament sitting, which also was also part and parcel of those who are the patrons, which he also committed support, which under the leadership of Honorable Masia. And now in terms of social development and engagement, yes, we do have activities that are happening in the district level, where we also had commemorated International Boy Child Day in partnership with social development, and we also had parliament, but within 2 districts, which is Ehlanzeni and Kangala, who managed to have their district sitting. But however, looking into that, we couldn't have a success in Kharisibande, but there's great collaboration there with the transversal unit, and also a great relationship with the Office of the Speaker. Now, we also do have a consistent radio engagement with Likwala Kwala FM, where we do our engagement and also advertise the work that we do. But now, looking into the challenges that we have, in terms of coordination, we do have a challenge in terms of resources, and which compromises leadership development and capacity within our structures. But now we're looking to say the only solution is to have a dedicated resource allocated for the structure, so that we can be able to operate in a strong integration of main sector work in our locals. So looking into time, allow me to put our report here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Lizandla zami zayizalusa inkomo zibambe ukuthi ngithinta imishini yabelungu. Thank you very much. Siyabonga kakhulu Mpumalanga. Sizobiza Northern Cape, isondo lena Northwest, ngisalikhuluma Northern Cape so singezosichitha isikhathi. So sizocela Northern Cape izosipresentela. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much, Chair. I believe protocol has been observed.
Sorry, Northern Cape, before you start, we are requesting ukuthi 12 wamnyanga ungasetshenziswa, that main door. Siyacela ukuthi ungasetshenziswa ngathi noma besingaba mhlambe naye from a security people to assist ukuthi abantu bangadluli kulwamnyanga. Ngoba kuyasho nangu nje uyodlula. So ngicela ukuthi kusetshenziswe leminyango sema-sidini nale sema-sidini masiphuma because it disturbed the decorum of the house. Thank you very much. Ngiyaxolisa kakhulu Northern Cape.
No, thank you, Chair. I believe all protocol is observed. Chairperson, from the Northern Cape, the first thing that I will start with will be the issue of the partnership that we have managed to achieve with your Department of Social Development, Correctional Services, SAPS, Men for Change, and your correctional services, an NGO called the Youth Support Programs, and other stakeholders. We managed to also achieve the following, which is through the Youth Support Program, to enhance a program that we engage in school kids, which is boys, but we said we cannot neglect a girl child, which on every Tuesday for the duration of the whole year, we are attending to schools to address young people in their classes for betterment, for them to become better people in our society and dealing with issues of depression, mental health, depression, and alcohol. We also have a partnership with correctional services with SAPS, whereby we are having monthly programs with your correctional facilities,